Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. And this week I am actually on desktop. I will be drawing in Clip Studio Paint. I'll be using Clip Studio Paint. I usually do my videos on the iPad, right? But this week I am planning on using Clip Studio Paint just for once. Well, not for once, I guess it's because I've been recording on the iPad for too long, so I'd like to give PC a go. Right, so I'm sure everybody knows about Clip Studio Paint, and I actually quite like painting in Clip Studio Paint. I'll show you this one art that I've made using Clip Studio Paint. Oh, this is not the only thing I've made in Clip Studio Paint, but this is what I've made recently. I quite like using desktop Clip Studio Paint. I think it's very good for drawing. And we'll talk about that more as we go. And I happen to have my sketchbook open in front of me. And I have a bunch of sketches in it that I would like to try to resketch on Clip Studio Paint today, at least one of them. Right, so okay, let's start. This is too big. Let's go with like a not so saturated brownish color. So a roof. I quite like doing it this way. Okay, shift. Let's move it up. Let's go back to painting more rooftops. Whoa, that's too big. So what I have in mind for this one is very boxy looking houses. And this might end up looking terrible because I'm bad at drawing architecture. Right, but I'm just going to pretend that these houses are not houses, they're actually rocks or something. In hopes of having it not look terrible. So one wall going up right like this. Boop, 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 boop. And this is one of the things I like about drawing on PC. It's just fast. If I could criticize the way drawing on PC feels is whatever I do, it just gets done fast. And partly it's because my hand's not in the way. If I'm drawing on my iPad, then I'm constantly having my hand blocking the screen, right? And I got big hands. But when I'm on PC, I'm just staring at the screen and the drawings just come out. There's nothing in the way, so it's much easier to figure out what kind of shape it is that I'm actually looking at. The analogy that I can relate to would probably be imagining that I am staring at like a piece of wood or the clouds and I'm just seeing shapes appear. Like a face in the clouds, right? That's kind of what I'm seeing here on desktop. Let's go ahead and block it in. Block in about how much now? Maybe this much. Let's just go with a gray. And we're going to lock that. So let's not touch it. We're going to be painting above. Oh, where is it? Color drop this. Let's go with a brighter color so it can really pop against the gray background. Just keep blocking it in. There's a good way of filling it in. I think it's called the lasso fill tool, this one. I can just keep doing that, right? But I feel like blocking it in using the paintbrush manually, because I'd like to get this texture. And I'm using a textured brush, right? So I don't even have to consciously deliberately try to add texture, because I can just paint like normal, like I'm painting with actual paint, with actual paint brushes, and I'll get these textures automatically. Don't have to block it in completely. Let's do this house as well. And the kind of picture that I had in mind for this one would be a quite bleak and gray looking scenery where the background would just be almost just a horizon, like it's a total wasteland. It's like Mongolia. Quite gray looking, slightly saturated in the shades of terracotta, you know, like burnt sienna, and the shades of red, like vermilion, but on the less saturated side. Everything is less saturated. And the houses, because they're close to us, closer to us than the background, I'm thinking of making them look slightly more saturated and darker than the background, which, as I said, which will be just almost just a horizon. Hopefully this turns out well. Okay, so I think I'll go with a gray. Let's take this color and go slightly brighter. Oh, but I think I'll do it on a new layer below. Like this. Nah, more saturated I don't think will be good. Let's go with total gray, like straight up monochrome. Well, not monochrome, straight up. What's the word now? Black and white, is it? Monochrome is just in the same color. So you could go light and dark, but it could be a red. So what is grayscale? That's the word. Straight up grayscale, like the disease from Game of Thrones. So grayscale means it's straight up in the shades of white or black. Probably black, because white isn't really a color, right, Steve? And so is black, right? Black is just the absence of color, but whatever, let's call it in the shades of black. Don't want to be all sciencey today. Yeah, I think today might turn out to be me yet again drawing just one more piece of landscape. Sorry, not landscape. Just sketching one more thing instead of 5. I'm not very good at this yet. Landscapes, I would very much like to be. I'm getting better though, compared to before. So I guess I can just keep doing it, and I'll get better. My aim is to get so good, like Da Vinci good, so that I can draw the more sketchy looking stuff like this in like 5 minutes. And that's my aim. It's okay if I don't achieve it. You know what? Let's call this one outlines, even though they're not really outlines. They're just like sketch marks. Let's take this color and give ourselves like a palette here. Oh, not there. Let's do it on the outline layer. And this one. And this one, so we don't stray too far from these colors. Oops. Yeah, it might be a good idea to move it completely on a new layer. So put that on your new layer. There. Let's call this one color picker. Oh yeah, let's save it. This is going to be concept 3. What is this now? Okay. And I feel like going darker than this. Let's go with this. We're going to alpha lock and alt delete, so that's darker now. New layer, clip that below. I'm going to take the old color now and paint over this. So that's pretty much what we're going to be doing throughout this whole thing. Making a new layer on top, painting over it, making a new layer on top again, painting over it. Same old boring stuff. But through by the end of this video, we should have a legit looking landscape. Let's actually merge to that one. And let's go below. Okay. This one's going to be dark. Less saturated now, but still dark. Let's take that color. And this is all done on a normal blending mode layer, so I'm not playing around with multiply or anything like that. It's just everything's on a normal layer. Yeah, and I'll try to not use too much. Too many layers, I mean. If I could get it done in one, I would. Which is actually quite nice because it emulates painting in real life. Like you're painting with real paint, because with real paint you can't erase, right? You can only paint over things to retrieve the original paint color or color that you wanted. Okay, I think now we can paint in some shadows. What do I call this one? Upper painting. No. Upper color. There. This one's going to be the grays below. Let's group that together. The grays below. This one's going to be the background. No. Just name it BG. Yep. Outlines. Right. Above. Let's go with wonder if we can make it work with this color of orange. Yeah, let's not do windows yet. Let's just do shadows. And I'm not even going to bother clipping it to the layer below. That's not dark enough. Let's go over here. I think we can paint over it. Like this. Let's take that color again. And darken this whole face. Let's go dark once. Then we take this more gray color and press a bit harder to block it in. I guess this is going to end up looking quite painterly. Nah, not like that. Yeah, okay, sure. Why not? A straight line, why not? Let's just color it this way now. Woo! This might end up being a long video. Grab a snack, everybody. Drinks as well. Okay, so it's kind of drooping over the whole thing. We're now going to be doing the highlights on this rooftop. Let's make it very bright and make it kind of red. Let's actually use this airbrush just for a little bit, because I can't see where the background and the rooftop begins. Okay, go back to using this paintbrush. Oh, I wonder if I can just paint this slightly and then do this. Yeah, that's actually quite nice. Where's the opacity? Yeah, that turned down the opacity. Nice. Turn it all the way up now. Okay. What now? Let's do the other houses. Let's do it this way for you, little buddy. Like this. So, cast shadow here. And another rooftop will begin right here. Let's go kind of slightly darker. Right here. And then slightly brighter. Most of the time I don't actually know what I'm doing, but if I keep doing this, breaking it and fixing it, breaking it and fixing it, at least attempting to, I would often end up with something that looks quite nice. And you know what's strange? I have noticed somehow I'm talking more fluently and it's coming out faster. The words are just coming out faster. Is it because I'm painting on PC? It's strange. Let's go with the darker area here. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's take that same dark, but go slightly brighter. Now, what would be a good way to just come up with a good shape? Let's go here. And then here and here, maybe? Yeah, sure. Like that. Okay. Let's paint over it. So I've been one layering this for a while now. And I think that's okay. Like if I'd like to fix something or make something go away, I can just make it go away by painting over it. As if I'm painting with real paint. In fact, I feel like I have improved immensely ever since I started doing that. Improved faster and easier. Because blending modes can get so confusing. And I guess you could experiment with just overwhelming yourself for a long time with blending modes. But I'd say give it, if you play around with it, blending modes for several months, that should be enough. You could give it a try to, from then on, just try to paint everything on normal layers. Because if you can achieve good results with normal layers, in theory, you should, by the end of the painting, be able to play around with all those layers with blending modes to make it look even better. So a good example would be, let's say you can make some highlights pop on someone's face or a hair, whatever surface, even though you're only using like normal blending modes. Imagine how good you will actually be if you started using blending modes, you know? For the wall, I guess we can go for like a gray? A gray? What do you think? Can we even brighten this? Let's give it a try. Polyline. Oop, oop, oop. Here, here. Okay, this should be okay. Okay, tonal correction. It says it's D, is it? Okay, let's press D. Oh, wait, that didn't do anything. Anyway, tonal correction, luminosity. Luminosity. Let's make it bright. Oh, that's quite nice. Okay, let's go with like a pinkish purple, but more on the gray side. Oop. Yeah, that's good. Let's take that color. And paint over it here. Oh, wait a minute. I wasn't painting there. I was painting here. Right? Yeah. Oh, I know. I could undo what I did. Okay, selection still there. I think I can do it this way now. Yeah, this is nice. Because I still have that color on color picker. So I can paint it by hand. Yeah, okay. Nice. Make it. Okay. Let's go darker down here. Oh, no, I think we'll go darker down here. Can we save the selection? Click. No? What is this? History. Auto action. Well, since we can't save it, wait, can I really not? Transfer to lower layer. No. Because in Photoshop, I can. Oh well, if I can't, then I'll make a new layer and block it in and then disable it. And we'll call this one selection layer, or just selections. And then we might be able to give it a color. Can I? Although I might not know how. I'd like to give it a color. Where is it? Oh well, it's not there, I guess. Let's go back to painting. I was here. Okay. Let's go brighter now. And brighter here, because this one's right next to a shadow. The shadow from this house. And painting light right next to a shadow is a good trick to make it look alive, to make it pop. Because we're not drawing with outlines here, so we have to come up with those sort of tricks. Because with outlines, you don't even have to care that much on the kinds of colors that you use, and even how dark or bright things should be, because you got outlines always that will help the eye figure out what it is you're looking at, you know? Now, can we darken this? I think we should. Although not that saturated. That's too transparent. Hoping my audio will come out well for this one. I've never done this before on PC. So let's go back to painting. Let's go darker. 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 And I think we can introduce some of that color over here, because this one's looking kind of too uniform. Just break it up. That's okay. That's nice. Let's go really big now. Just texture. Okay. I'm not a fan of the angle of this rooftop. So let's fix it. Okay. There, much better. Choose that color to do this rooftop now. Oh, and I also quite like drawing on a graphics tablet because it's pretty much feels the exact same as drawing on paper. It's paper textured even. It's like you can really dig into it. It's not gonna break because that's what they were made for. Unlike iPads. iPads are made for everything else as well, right? So you can't be all that abusive with it. But a graphics tablet is made for drawing, so you can really mash into it and not have to worry about breaking it. Even if it breaks, they don't cost as much as an iPad, so. And these things, they last for a long time, which is great. And the just like you can feel some feedback if you paint with it. Like it's not like a solid black slab, you know? Like you're not drawing on a rock. It's actually quite nice and soft. Like you're drawing on a book. In a book. On a book. In a book. Whatever. You know what I mean? So on Procreate, on the iPad, because even if I put on like a screen protector, it helps a little bit, sure, but at the end of the day, I'm still drawing on a piece of glass, right? So, which is always awkward. And to compensate for the awkward feeling of painting on a piece of glass, the thing that I do to make it feel like I'm drawing on paper, you know, futile attempts, it works to an extent though, is to increase the stabilization. Because on paper, to have it look more stable, I can simply, you know, with my lines, to have stable lines, I can simply press harder. Which is also the case for drawing on the graphics tablet. But on the iPad, I can't do that. I'll end up breaking the iPad. So with increased stabilization, I can... That problem is fixed to an extent, but it's not as perfect as drawing on paper. Drawing on paper is still the best. And a graphics tablet emulates the feeling of drawing on paper quite well. So if you're finding it hard drawing on the iPad, drawing on a graphics tablet might be the way to go for you. There's a bit more of a learning curve though towards at the start, which is definitely the case for me. I had to really learn how to draw on a graphics tablet. Drawing on something and have the drawing come out somewhere else is just so it's not natural, you know. It's not natural at all. So I had to really adjust. I think we can talk about it more in another video if I would ever make a video about explaining how to draw, like a tutorial on drawing on a graphics tablet. But while we're here and talking about it, we can skim over some of the stuff that I know about it, but I'm not going to try to go in depth because I'm just going to talk about what comes off the top of my head. It's kind of like learning a mouse for the first time, which I'm sure no one remembers. But you get used to it, definitely. I'm sure everybody, if they've never used a mouse before, they must have learned and spent at least a couple of weeks to get really good at it. Like if you were to use it at school. Because the kids at home these days, they probably have tablets, right? So everything is touchscreen, so you don't use a mouse or whatever, unless you have a laptop and you're gaming with it. But I would say it's exactly like drawing on a mouse, but it's in the shape of a pen. And it sort of makes you feel like your laptop or monitor is touchscreen whenever you use this a graphics tablet, even though you're touching somewhere else. Because the shape of a graphics tablet, however big or small, is always in the same size ratio as a monitor. So if you press the upper left corner, like if you press the upper left corner, you hover your pen on the upper left corner of your tablet. You see where my cursor is? That's where the cursor will appear if you slide all the way to the center. This is where my cursor will be. I'm sliding it over to the right side now, like the right edges of the tablet, and this is where it's appearing. So it's, you know what I mean, right? So you could imagine you're looking at a screen, but imagine that your screen is actually on the graphics tablet, even though you're looking at the screen somewhere else. That's what it feels like. And again, the one thing I really like about it is how I'm just staring at the screen. I don't have my hand on the screen. So I might not, like I have an iPad, right? I draw on the iPad, yes. But I don't think I will like drawing on a Cintiq. Because it's bad enough that my hand would be in the way. Because the Cintiq is another display tablet. But on the iPad, I'm using Procreate, which makes it very convenient for people to draw, because all the UI is just not even there. Like you make do with gestures. And it feels very intuitive, but what are you stuck with when you're drawing on PC? You know? It's just stuff like Photoshop. It sucks, and all that UI is in the way. So I don't want to make it worse by having my hand stuck on top of it all the time. Like, it's bad enough that all that UI is blocking the screen. This prehistoric looking UI that the dinosaurs made. So I don't want to make it worse by having my hand cover it up even more, you know? Okay, I think we can... Let's use this. Oh, no. How about this? I think we can introduce that in some parts. Let's go big. Smudge. Smudge here. Nah, I don't like the look of all that smudging. Let's go darker. Slightly darker. Let's take that black and go really dark here in the corners. I think it's okay to go that dark in the corners, actually. Let's do it over here. Can you see well here? I wonder. Okay. This isn't looking too bad. I think I should introduce... I should just block this in. This whole part. Like this. Yeah, I think I should. All the way here. Squiggle, squiggle. It's a good workout. For the rest, nowhere else in the body, only for the rest. Me drawing on the iPad is kind of like a surgery. You know, it's very light on the hand, light-handed, and slower paced compared to this. But it's very comfortable on the iPad because it's portable. It's lightweight. You can draw anywhere you want. And on this, all I'm doing is just squiggling. It's kind of like drawing on a piece of paper with a pen that barely works. Which, if you have never done, I suggest you do try. Because drawing with a pen that barely works makes very good paintings. What can we do now? Let's try taking this color and go super thick over here. Delete this. there. Take that dark. Add it here. Okay. Just reinforce it. Introduce some more of this gray here. Take that bright purple. Oh, let's go all the way down. And take this darkness. Just to show that this is a rooftop. Okay, this is actually quite nice. Need more of that gray over here. Should work like almost like atmosphere, smoke or mist coming down from below. This is another thing that I think you should try. So make a lot of well, okay, to put it simply, try to cover things up. Like whatever you've drawn, if you spend like an hour and it's so like it's very detailed, right? A lot of layers, a lot of blending modes, a lot of special effects. I recommend just try to cover everything up with like a little bit of atmosphere. I think I should draw that on this layer. Atmosphere, so we can just disable it later if you don't need it anymore. This color of pink, pinkish purple. Because this is supposed to be a wall right here. There. Okay, okay. We can go brighter, I think. Even brighter. A little bit here. And let's go pure white with this. We could use some pure white here too. Some more. Yeah, that looks nice. Very nice. I'm not quite sure what I should do over here. It's looking kind of strange. Okay, I think I can fix it. We're going to get rid of... hang on. Paint over it some more. And let's use this dark to just separate this. Upper color. Let's make a marker where okay. It's easier to show than explain. I'd like this house to just end here. And there's a hill behind going like that. Right? And another one. The hill will go behind right there. So we're going to erase the rest. And now we delete. It's in the outlines too. Delete the outlines. No need to fuss too much. Okay. The grays below. Let's delete all this. Erase. You don't have to erase it. You don't have to be too clean, because it might end up helping you later for some extra texture for whatever's in the back. Okay, nice. Let's go back to this layer. And now, instead of the corner of a roof, this is going to continue being like a hill that just goes on. Okay. Let's make this dark. Make this dark as well. Over here. And I think we can take this gray a little bit. There. I think this is quite done for now. Let's paint over everything. Let's call it fixes. Let's see what we can fix. Not big enough. I wonder. Oh, an extra house, I guess. Let's go for it. Okay, so we better add more shadow here. And this house should be colored brighter. Okay. Take some more of that very nice saturation, paint it here in the back. too much, so we're going to paint over it some more. Can we go for... I think we should just go for a darker version of this gray. I think we can use the lasso tool for this. Let's remove this part. Okay. And this part. A little more. There. Let's paint over it now. Man, this brush is so good. It's a Greg Rutkowski brush. Take some of that pink. Let's go quite pink here on the side. A little bit on this side too. And then pure white. How does that look? It's quite nice. Yeah, okay. Let's take a little bit of that brightness and add it here. Oh, too small. I think a couple more of these houses would be good. Oh, what happened? Oh. Was that a mistake? That's quite nice. Let's move it. Oh, never mind. I can't. Well, what, do I keep it? Let's keep it. Let's take some more of that black and just block this in. Take pure white now. Oh, cool. See? All that texture that I left behind, the one I said you might not want to remove completely, ended up being a chimney with smoke coming out of it. Happy accidents, as Bob Ross likes to say. What to do now? What to do? Take some more of this pink. See if we can... Ooh. Was that good? It doesn't look that good. Let's do it on over here. Okay, how's that? No, let's take that black. Full opacity. That's not that black. I want this black. Okay. Let's see if we can do an expressionist kind of maneuver over there. Darken the edges of the shadows, like they do in art schools. Ooh. Ooh, I really like that chimney. Let's take that brightness and add it here. Do that a little bit and cover it up. Okay. So it's not everywhere. But I just wanted it, I wanted to connect, let's see if I can, I wanted to connect this, the highlight there with the super bright roof over there. Okay, we should make more chimneys. There. Oh, nothing came out. Nothing came out. But what? Ah, okay. Okay, not bad. Yeah, not bad. We can go for a dark. Nah, that's too... No, it's actually not bad. Lots of these strings or like poles. What for? Don't know. But villages usually have those, whether it be it's for flags or they just tie everything together because things break. And architecture in remote places is not exactly like you can't afford to have like fancy architecture, right? You're just sort of patching things up. And when things get patched up, they are often in the shape of these lines. Let's erase this stick pole thing is looking too thick. This one's not looking dark enough, so we need to go... Oh, what if we introduce a bit more saturation? That's nice. Let's go really dark towards the bottom. A bit darker, less saturated. Or even a gray. Yes, yes. You know, I could be alone right now. If you're still here, you're a real champion. Thank you. No, let's make this one gray. A little gray here, but then almost pure white. Okay, let's go very, very saturated. Because why not? For these things. Let's go all the way. Just red. Is it a mistake? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Let's leave it at this. This one could be even smaller. There. Okay. We still need another house. Somewhere here. What color for the thingy? For the wall? Let's see where we can place this. Somewhere that won't interrupt the rest of the composition. I guess here. No. Okay. What if there's two of these things? Okay, I like that one. I don't know about this one. What if we make it smaller? Nah, I think this one can be deleted. Bye-bye. Let's take this color for the wall. I'm using an airbrush now. Okay, looking good. We could go with near pure white looking marks now, highlights. Here and there. Also here. Although here, I think it will be better if I use this painterly strokes. No, not that one. Okay. I'm wondering if I should make this look very, very bright, if it will be any better. Is it? There. No, I don't think so. Oh well. I think if I try to make it work even more, it will turn into a masterpiece, right? Like, I don't want to spend all day doing this. I want to be done. So... Okay. What can we do now? There. Oh, no. Um, this part, the upper part should be bright. The lower part should be darker. Although I think over here we can leave it looking dark. Very dark. Oh. Can we add some trees? We can. Yes, we can. This is how to add trees. So you add a shape and then you take out by adding the background color on top of it. Okay. New layer. Let's cover everything up with a brighter version of this blue. Let's just do it randomly. Okay, big strokes. Or, you know what, delete for now. Let's select this. Okay, now we can paint over everything. Nah. Still not that good. Okay, how will this turn out, I wonder? Blend some more. Okay. How's that? And then we can go brighter. Where can we go brighter? It's gonna be a bit of a cliche composition, but let's go for it. Do you know what I'm doing? Do you know what I'm doing? What I'm making? Do you know? Guess. It's the sun or moon or a sunset. Okay, not so opaque over here. Let's go pure white. Not pure white, almost. And now I think over everything, over fixes even, we can do an add glow layer using this. But let's pick the background rectangle. There. That makes it much better. But also probably over this, we should make a multiply. See, this is what I mean. We did everything on normal layers, and now we are darkening it. So, like, if you can manage to make things just pop using normal layers, imagine what you can do later on. Towards the end, when you can just start to add the finishing touches with blending modes. Cool. Let's go back to fixes, because there's a bunch of stuff that I can fix, I think. Airbrush. This one. Let's go really black. Let's go black. Will it make sense? Probably not, but I have to fix this. I have to make it pop, even if it doesn't make sense. That's why this is art. Darken it even more. Make it like black, dude. Just black. A little more here. Oh, let's try to rationalize this. There might not be an intense black there, but you know how if there's so much light, things actually, yeah, you can't actually see anything. Everything turns into pitch black because there's so much light. Kind of like when you're driving around or walking around on the streets at night, and like you're just blasted with headlights. Everything can kind of sometimes turn pitch black. Let's just assume that's what this is. Okay, we need to erase more of this. Let's use the paintbrush again. This should bring out the chimney even more. Yep. There. That's nice. I think we have a picture. What do you think? On the add glow layer, we might be able to add these pink touches. Oh, that's too... okay. try it with this paintbrush. So we've got a bluish background but pink highlights. Just to keep it artsy. Oh, you know what now? Let's go pure white again. Just pure white in certain places. Even here. This is totally early morning vibes, eh? Yes. Okay, here we go. The whole picture. Zoom in a little bit. Nice. Oh, let's not forget. Signature. Let's see what we can use now. Let's just use black. Oh, these days I like red though. Let's just use like red. Dark red. Where? Right here. Nice. Always remember to sign your work, people. It's the age of AI. Even if it weren't for AI, if your work is just being shared left and right on the internet, and people would like to know who made it, if your signature is there, they'll be able to tell, oh, you know, Billy next door made it, or Susan from upstairs. I don't know. So they can contact you. It's a good thing it's a good habit to implement, because if enough people, if you do it enough, right, put signatures in your art, and enough people will be able to recognize your signature. And even if they've never seen certain pieces of artwork that you've made before, they'll be able to know you made it because of your signature. So always remember to sign. And wow, that's been a while. Thank you very much for sticking around, people. Thank you. Thanks. Oh. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Anything confusing, you can go ahead and ask me, of course, down below, and I will do my best to answer. And thanks again, yet again this week, for joining me on a fun little sketch session. Drawing, painting, whatever you want to call it. To me, this is a sketch. Because I never knew what I was doing. To be honest, I'm just exploring ideas. So it's a sketch. Alright, that's it, I guess. I'll see you guys in the next week's video. Named Velga the Observer. Goodbye. Peace. Bye-bye.